Hello, creators, and welcome to another episode of How to Design Your Dream Life. Today, I want to talk about how to create an It Girl brand. Because let's be real, creating an It Girl brand is much more than just looking cute on the gram. It's about building a vibe, a lifestyle, an entire mood that people can't help but gravitate towards. And in today's world, flooded with influencers and brands, standing out requires more than just perfectly curated posts. It's all about being a trendsetter, the one people are always talking about, and a brand that others just need to be a part of. Whether you're building a personal brand or running a service based business, channeling that it girl energy can elevate your brand from ordinary to iconic. So grab your matcha and let's dive in how you can create a brand that everyone will be buzzing about in 2025. So what exactly is an it girl brand? It's the brand that people just can't stop talking about because it's not just a brand, it's an experience. And in 2025 and beyond, an It Girl brand is more than just posting pretty pictures. It's about being authentic, effortlessly cool, and maybe just a little bit elusive. You know that feeling when someone walks into a room and you just know that she's got something special? That's the kind of energy we want your brand to exude. But let's break it down. Being an it girl in the world of personal and service based brands, it's more than just following trends. It's about building a community that doesn't just follow you, they live for what you put out. Brands like Hailey Bieber's Road or Emma Chamberlain's Coffee, because these girls have absolutely nailed this. Their brands feel like a natural expansion of who they are, creating cult followings that are equal parts loyal and obsessed. Let's talk about the key attributes of a successful it girl brand. First, you need to lead with authenticity. Let's be real, people can spot a fake from miles away. And authenticity isn't just a trendy buzzword, it's the cornerstone of the it girl brand. Your brand needs to reflect the real you. Whether you're sharing behind the scene moments or celebrating your big wins, transparency is really what makes you relatable. I just mentioned Emma Chamberlain. Well, she made a whole career out of being unapologetically herself, quirks and all. And that's what people connect with. Next, you have to think about setting trends. If you want to be an it girl, you have to be ahead of the curve. Your brand should be the one that people look to for what's next. Remember when Hailey Bieber made glazed donut nails a thing? That wasn't just a coincidence. She was setting a trend. She set the trend, and suddenly everyone wanted to have those nails. Everyone wanted that vibe. Find out what feels cool to you and make that your brand's signature. Next, you want to consider exclusivity. Everyone wants to be a part of something special. An It Girl brand isn't for everyone. It's for those who are in the know. Creating exclusivity, whether through limited edition products, members only events, or even just maintaining a selective image, that je ne sais quoi makes people want to be a part of your world. Do you remember Olivia Rodrigo's Sour era? Her carefully curated, angsty aesthetic didn't just make her a pop star, it turned her into a literal cultural icon. Of course, you do not want to overlook aesthetic appeal. Let's not pretend that looks don't matter, because they do. But it's not just about being pretty, it's about creating a cohesive, recognizable aesthetic. Your brand's visuals need to tell a story, one that aligns with your values and your vibe. For example, when we're looking at Rihanna's Fenty Beauty, her visuals are bold, inclusive, and effortlessly cool. It's the perfect example of how having a strong aesthetic can resonate across a diverse audience, making your brand not just admired but adored. So now let's go into a little bit of a step-by-step guide of how you can create your It Girl brand. After all, I'm not just here to teach you theory. Step 1, establish your unique brand identity. Start by crafting your brand story. Every iconic brand starts with a story. So what's yours? Why did you start your business? And what values drive you? Your brand story isn't just fluff. It's the foundation for everything. Use tools like Simon Sinek's Start With Why to really dig into your brand's purpose. Write it out, refine it, and make sure that it's something that doesn't just resonate with you, but also with your audience. As an actionable step, I want you to write a 500-word brand manifesto that outlines your journey, your mission, and what you stand for. Share this story on your website's About page and add it to your social bios. Think about this manifesto as the heartbeat of your brand. Let your audience in on your story, your why, and what keeps you going. Make them feel like they're part of the journey and not just spectators. Next, define your unique selling proposition. What makes your brand so different from the rest? Your USP is what sets you apart in a sea of sameness. Whatever it is, your USP should be front and center in your branding. For this, I want you to create a one-liner that sums up your USP. They should be the first thing people see when they land on your website and your socials. Remember to make it stick. Next, you need to take a look at your target audience persona. Who's your girl? Knowing who you're talking to is key. When you build detailed personas that include demographics, interests, and pain points. And for this, you can use tools like HubSpot's Build My Persona. This is a good starting point to get crystal clear on your audience. Now, I want you to develop 3 audience personas and use them to guide your content. Start by naming each persona and dive into what they care about, what keeps them up at night, and what they dream of. Tailoring your messaging to these personas will make your audience feel like you created the brand specifically for them. Step 2. Create a cohesive and aesthetic visual identity. Your visual style is your brand's signature. It should be instantly recognizable. Choose colors, fonts, and images that reflect your brand's essence. Whether you're moody and mysterious, bright and bold, make sure it's consistent. As an actionable step here, I want you to create a Pinterest board. And in that Pinterest board, I want you to start pinning everything that aligns with your brand's visual identity. Use that board as a reference for all your content, from your website to your social media. This mood board should be your brand's North Star, and every piece of content that you create should align with that vision. Next, think about how you can build a memorable logo. Your logo is the face of your brand, and it should leave a lasting impression. It's not just about being pretty, it's about encapsulating your brand's spirit and creating something that sticks in people's minds. Remember that when you design your own logo, don't be afraid to ask for help or expert guidance. I mean, if you need help, we're here. I'll leave our portfolio in the description below. We specialize in creating logos that are deeply infused with meaning and rely heavily on symbols. The most important thing is that you need to stay consistent across all platforms. Consistency is queen. Your brand needs to be cohesive across your website, your social media, and even during in-person experiences. That way, your audience feels connected to you wherever they find you. As an actionable step here, I want you to audit your visual presence. Find out where it's inconsistent and create a plan to fix it. Your branding should be seamless from start to finish. Colors, fonts, and imagery, they should all tell the same story. Step 3. Leverage your social media for maximum impact. Social media isn't just a platform, it's your brand's stage. Everything you post should reflect your brand's aesthetic and voice, so that every post feels like it's part of a bigger picture. What I want you to do now is to plan and schedule a month's worth of content that aligns with your aesthetic and voice. Mix it up with behind the scenes moments, product or service highlights, and personal insights. And remember, don't just post for the sake of it. Each piece of content needs to have a purpose, whether it's to inform, inspire, or engage. Consistency is key, but variety will keep your audience intrigued and coming back for more. Next, remember to always engage with your community. Building a loyal tribe isn't just about gaining followers. It's about cultivating real relationships. Always, always, always respond to comments, ask questions, and make genuine connections. As an actionable step here, I want you to host a live Q&A session where you engage with your audience. Make it personal, make it interactive, because this is your chance to connect on a deeper level. Ask your audience what they want more of and use that feedback to create your future content. Show them that you value their input and you'll strengthen that connection tenfold. You can also collaborate with other influencers. Influencer marketing is still huge, but it is not just about the numbers. You need to align with influencers whose vibe matches yours. As with everything, authenticity is key here. When the partnership feels real, your audience will notice. And if you're just starting out, micro influencers are a great way to make meaningful connections without breaking the bank. Step 4. Infusing authenticity with purpose. We've already covered that people crave realness. So share your story, the unfiltered version, whether it's through blog posts, social media content, a video, newsletter. podcast, your story should be at the heart of your brand. As an action step, I want you to post a personal story that ties into your brand's mission. Make it emotional and relatable. Think about a moment in your journey that shaped who you are and where your brand is today. The more real and raw you are, the more your audience will connect with you. And think about the purpose behind your brand. Today, audiences want to support brands that stand for something. There is a lot of bad going on in the world, so we do want to support brands that are doing good. So, whether it's sustainability, social justice, or mental health, your brand's purpose should shine through everything you do. It doesn't even need to be that broad either. It can be something as simple as helping people live in true alignment with who they truly are, helping them feel the freedom of showing up as authentically themselves is a great cause. So, as an action step, I want you to align your brand's message with a cause that resonates with you and your audience. It doesn't have to be grand, it just has to be real. Now, I want us to go over a couple of inspiring case studies of an It Girl brand. I already mentioned Hailey Bieber. But with her skincare brand Rhode, she turned her minimalistic, chic vibe into a brand that's the epitome of effortlessly cool. Rhode isn't just skincare, it's about a lifestyle that feels both luxurious and accessible. And let's just say that that's a huge comeback from Hailey Bieber, who was not very liked just a few years ago. But this is exactly what I mean about the power of creating an It Girl brand. People just can't help but be attracted to it. Then there's service-based businesses that have almost a cult following. Dry Bar by Ali Webb is the ultimate It Girl service brand. It's not just about getting your hair done, it's an entire experience. From the sleek branding across all locations to the exclusive product line, Drybar has created a loyal following by offering more than just a service. It's a slice of luxury and pampering. And who doesn't want that? You've all heard from these brands. So take a look at how they do their marketing. Take note of what you like and start implementing that into your own brand. And now I want to finish off with some practical tips of maintaining and growing your It Girl brand. First, make sure that you stay ahead of the trend. Being an It Girl brand doesn't mean that you're just on trend, you're ahead of it. But remember, this doesn't mean that you have to hop on every bandwagon. Focus on trends that naturally align with your brand's identity. Keep an eye out for movements in your industry, whether it be sustainability, wellness, or a new social platform. Your brand should evolve with the times, but always stay true to your original essence. As an actionable step, set up a Google alert for key industry trends and popular trend reports. Use these insights to tweak your brand strategy and content. Being in the know will keep your brand fresh and relevant without it feeling forced. Next, always make sure that you engage with your community. The heart of any It Girl brand is the community. Engagement is more than just about responding to comments. It's about creating a space where your audience feels seen, heard, and valued. I don't want to hear that you post only once in a while and that it's all business related. As an action step here, I want you to start a behind the scenes series where you share your day to day of running your business with the ups and the lows and everything in between. Invite your audience to ask questions, to leave you comments, and to engage in any way that they want to. Next, don't forget to measure the success of all of these different strategies that you're using. Metrics are important, but don't just look at likes and follows. Try to dig deeper and understand what motivates your audience to buy and connect with you. I hope you already have Google Analytics installed and that you're monitoring those metrics. As an action step, I want you to set up a monthly review system where you take a look at your analytics and try to decode what was happening. Use this data to make informed decisions on your next steps. And remember, don't forget to ask for testimonials from your clients. Sometimes a heartfelt testimonial is worth more than 1,000 data points. So as you can already see, creating an It Girl brand is more than just aesthetics. It's about authenticity, strategic positioning, and creating real connections with your audience. And I only just scratched the surface. But by following the steps outlined here, establishing your unique brand identity, perfecting your aesthetic, and consistently engaging with your community, you'll be well on your way of creating your dream It Girl brand. So what's next? Start taking those first steps, refine your brand story, curate your visuals, and plan your next content marketing move. If you want me to talk more about any of these concepts, please let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Vanessa from Zen, an all encompassing branding and web design studio where we help you step into your CEO energy and finally live the life you're obsessed with. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share this with your bestie that also wants to create her own It Girl brand. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.